Good morning, Standard 9 students. Now you are aware of the statue of the horse in which Munni parks himself and he watches his two goats graze and even watches all the vehicles that keep passing through the highway. Okay. Munni sat at the foot of the statue, watching his two goats graze in the arid soil among the cactus and lantana bushes. He looked at the sun. It had tilted westward, no doubt, but it was not the time yet to go back home. If he went too early, his wife would have no food for him. Also, he must give her time to cool off her temper and feel sympathetic, and then she would scrounge and manage to get some food. So Munni was sitting down. Now he was anticipating when the sun will go down, then he would go back home. But he found it was not yet time to go back home, and he also wanted that till he goes home, his wife's anger would calm down, or she would calm down or cool down, and then she would manage to arrange some food for him. But if he went early, then perhaps he would have to go to sleep hungry. He noticed now a new sort of vehicle coming down at full speed. It looked like both a motor car and a bus. He used to be intrigued by the novelty of such spectacles. But of late, work was going on at the source of the river on the mountains, and an assortment of people and traffic went past him, and he took it all casually and described to his wife. Later in the day, everything he saw. Today, while he observed the yellow vehicle coming down, he was wondering how to describe it later to his wife when it sputtered and stopped in front of him. Now, this was a regular feature of Munni. He would sit at the foot of the statue, and then he would watch the different kinds of vehicles passing by. And then when he would go home, he would relate the kind of vehicles he saw today, and that is how he would tell his wife. But this time, the vehicle that had come, it was a yellow vehicle. It didn't look like a car, neither did it look like a bus. That means he must be talking about a van. Okay. So now he is wondering, how would I be able to describe this vehicle to my wife? While the vehicle had come and started sputtering, means it was giving some jerks, and it had stopped in front of him. A red-faced foreigner who had been driving it got down and went round it. So now this vehicle belonged to a foreigner. So he was driving this vehicle, and then when it stopped, obviously the driver will get down and then he would inspect the vehicle to see where or what went wrong. Okay, where the breakdown was. Stooping, looking, and poking under the vehicle. Then he straightened himself up, looked at the dashboard, stayed in Munni's direction, and approached him. Now, something had gone wrong with the vehicle. So, this foreigner, he was inspecting his vehicle, he was bending down, poking to see if he could find the fault. And then, when he straightened up, as he looked, he saw Munni. So, he approached him. Excuse me, is there a gas station nearby? Now, the gas station means a petrol pump. Foreigners, they don't say, I have to get some petrol or diesel, which they always say, I need to buy some gas. So, gas means petrol or diesel. So, a gas station means a petrol pump. Or do I have to wait until another car comes? Now, sometimes what happens when a car is stranded on the road, if they run short of petrol or diesel, then they look to see if a petrol pump is nearby. If it's not, then they have to wait for another vehicle to come and ask them to give a little petrol or diesel so that they could reach to the nearest petrol pump. He suddenly looked up at the clay house and cried, "Marvelous!" Means he looked at the White House and he admired it. Without completing his sentence, Munni felt he should get up and run away and cursed his age. He could not readily put his limbs into action. Now, when the foreigner said marvelous, now Munni was thinking to himself, means there was something playing in his mind. Okay, now he was planning to avoid or run away from this foreigner, and he cursed his age because the shopkeeper had told him that he was above 70 and his limbs are not strong enough to run. So that is why he was cursing his age. The red-faced man wore khaki clothes, evidently a policeman or a soldier. Now this foreigner, he was wearing khaki clothes, and now Munni felt that he can either be a policeman or a soldier. Munni said to himself, he will chase or shoot if I start running. So now Munni, something was playing in his mind. He said, if I run, this man will shoot. Some dogs chase only those who run. So this is also one thing you must learn. When a dog is chasing you, you just stop. You don't run and you just say, go back. You speak to the dog in English, he will listen to you. If you run, he will run along with you. Perhaps he may bite you also. Okay. Oh Shiva, protect me. Now he is asking for divine or God's help. I don't know why this man should be after me. Now here is the misunderstanding. Okay. The vehicle comes and stops because something had gone wrong with the vehicle. This foreigner, he was talking to Munni and then he started admiring the house. Now because he wore khaki clothes, Munni felt that he is a policeman or a soldier and he is looking for somebody, and perhaps he is suspecting me that I am the culprit. So Munni is under the impression that this foreigner has come to arrest him. That is why he was trying to avoid him. He wanted to run away from him But he says, if I run, he'll shoot. And at this age, at the age of 70, I cannot run. So he says now he is caught. So he's asking for God to help him. Meanwhile, the foreigner cried, marvelous. Again, nodding his head, he paced around the statue with his eyes fixed on it. So now again he started inspecting. He also started looking at the statue, going around it. Okay. Munni sat frozen for a while. Now Munni sat frozen for a while because he was very frightened that this foreigner has come to arrest him. And then fidgeted and tried to edge away. And now he was trying to fidget, and then he wanted to quietly edge away, means run away from them. Okay. Now the other man suddenly pressed his palms together, smiled and said, Namaste. How do you do? At which Munni spoke the only English expression he had learnt. Yes, no. Having exhausted his English vocabulary, he started in Tamil. My name is Munni. These 2 goats are mine, and no one can gainsay it. Gainsay it means no one can claim that it belongs to them. Though our village is full of slanderers these days, who will not hesitate to say that what belongs to a man doesn't belong to him. He said, and there are many people who claim other people's property as theirs and make sure that those people's property have been denied and say that that property does not belong to them. So when people snatch away people's land or houses, it is called encroachment. Okay. The foreigner faithfully looked in the direction indicated by Munni's fingers, gazed for a while at the 2 goats and the rocks, and with a puzzled expression took out a silver cigarette case and lit a cigarette. Suddenly, remembering the courtesies of the season, he asked, do you smoke? He asked Munni, because the foreigner took out a silver cigarette case, took out a cigarette and he lit. Then he realized there's another person standing in front. So for courtesy's sake, he asked him whether he smokes. Munni answered, yes, no. Whereupon the red-faced man took a cigarette and gave it to Munni, who received it with surprise, having had no offer of a smoke from anyone for years now. So Munni was quite happy that somebody had offered him a cigarette. And for a long time, nobody had offered him. He had always wanted to smoke a cigarette. Only once did the shopman give him one on credit, and he remembered how good it had tasted. The other flicked the lighter open and offered a light to Munni. So he pressed the lighter and the flames came up. Okay. Munni felt so confused about how to act that he blew on it and put it out. So when the foreigner lit the lighter for him to light a cigarette, he saw the flame and got confused. Through fear, what he did? He blew the lighter off, blew the flames off. The other, puzzled but undaunted, flourished his lighter, presented it again, and lit Munni's cigarette. Munni drew a deep puff and started coughing. It was racking no doubt, but extremely pleasant when his cough excuse me, subsided. He wiped his eyes and took stock of the situation, understanding that the other man was not an inquisitor of any kind. Yet, in order to make sure, he remained wary. No need to run away from a man who gave him such a potent smoke. His head was reeling from the effect of one of those strong American cigarettes made with roasted tobacco. The man said, "I come from New York," took out a wallet from his hip pocket and presented his card. Now here what we see is that again Munni felt, how can this be a policeman when he has offered him a cigarette? So now Munni felt a bit relaxed. Okay. And the way he reacted, then it seems that he hadn't come to arrest him. Or why is he being so polite? And moreover, Munni cannot run because of his weak limbs, weak legs. Okay, so he said, you can't run, at least you can surrender yourself, so your punishment will be relaxed. So here, but again Munni felt this man doesn't seem to have any inclination of arresting me. Otherwise, why he would offer me a cigarette? Then the foreigner also understood, so he introduced himself and he told them from which country he has come from. Now I'll keep it till here. Okay. And I'll be sending you the soft copy of more question and answers from the model text. So please write and learn it. Thank you.